Most people believe the secret to becoming rich is making more money. But what if that's the biggest financial lie you've ever been told? Every year, millions of people get raises, start better paying jobs, and even build successful businesses. Yet many of them still end up stressed about money. So where does it all go? Here's the part almost nobody talks about. Building wealth has far less to do with how much you earn and far more to do with the invisible decisions you make every single day. Those tiny choices quietly determine whether your money works for you or disappears before you even notice. Imagine reaching a point where market crashes don't scare you, unexpected bills don't destroy your peace of mind, and retirement isn't a distant dream but an inevitable outcome of a simple system. It sounds almost too easy, doesn't it? That's exactly why most people ignore it. In this journey inspired by the simple path to wealth, you'll discover why complicated financial advice often keeps people trapped, why the richest investors rarely chase the hottest trends, and how one surprisingly simple strategy has quietly created financial freedom for ordinary people for decades. But here's the interesting part. The biggest breakthrough isn't about investing at all. It's about changing the way you think about money forever. As we move forward, each lesson will uncover another hidden piece of the puzzle, and every chapter builds toward one final principle that ties everything together. That last lesson is the one most people never learn, yet it's often the difference between working for money your entire life and reaching true financial freedom much sooner than you thought possible. So before we unlock the first piece of this wealth blueprint, take a second to like this video if you're ready to stop making the same money mistakes as everyone else. Subscribe so you don't miss more life-changing ideas like this, and share this with someone who deserves financial freedom. Now, let's uncover the first hidden truth that could completely change the future of your money. Chapter 1. The Hidden Money Trap. Keeping you broke. Imagine two people standing at the same starting line. They both earn the same salary, live in the same city, and even have similar dreams. 10 years later, one has built a life of financial freedom while the other is still living paycheck to paycheck. What happened? Most people would say the first person simply earned more money. But that's usually not true. The real difference begins with a trap almost everyone falls into without realizing it. It's called lifestyle inflation. Every time income goes up, spending quietly follows. A bigger apartment, a newer car, more expensive vacations, better gadgets. None of these purchases feel reckless on their own, but together they create an invisible prison. Think about it. Have you ever promised yourself, once I make a little more money, everything will be easier? Then the raise came, and somehow your bank account still looked the same a few months later. That's not bad luck, it's human psychology. Our brains quickly adapt to comfort. What once felt like a luxury soon becomes normal. Then we start chasing the next upgrade. The cycle never ends. Here's a simple example. Imagine filling a bucket with water while there's a small hole in the bottom. You keep pouring more and more water into it, but the bucket never becomes full because the leak keeps growing. For many people, that bucket is their financial life. History gives us countless examples of this pattern. Professional athletes, celebrities, and even lottery winners have earned millions of dollars, only to lose everything within a few years. Their problem wasn't income. It was that spending expanded just as fast as earnings. Now compare that to someone like Warren Buffett. Even after becoming one of the wealthiest people on earth, he continued living in the same modest house he bought decades ago. His wealth didn't grow because he constantly earned more. It grew because he consistently kept more of what he earned and allowed time to do the heavy lifting. This is where most people completely misunderstand wealth. Wealth isn't what you drive. It isn't the watch on your wrist or the house people admire from the street. Real wealth is invisible. It's the money you don't spend. It's the investments quietly growing while nobody is watching. It's the freedom to make choices without fear. The moment you stop trying to look rich and start trying to become rich, everything begins to change. Before you think about complicated investment strategies or finding the perfect stock, ask yourself one simple question. Am I building assets, or am I simply upgrading my lifestyle? That single question can change your financial future. And once you escape this hidden trap, you're finally ready to discover the simple wealth system that allows ordinary people, not financial experts, to build extraordinary freedom over time. That's exactly where we're headed next. Chapter 2. The Simple Wealth System. Almost anyone can follow. What if the biggest advantage in building wealth isn't being smarter than everyone else, but being willing to keep things simple? That sounds almost unbelievable in a world filled with financial gurus, market predictions, and endless get-rich-quick strategies. Every day, someone claims they've found the next big investment that will change your life overnight. Yet surprisingly, the people who achieve lasting wealth often ignore all that noise. Think about climbing a mountain. Many people spend their time searching for secret shortcuts, hidden trails, or magical paths that promise a faster journey. But while they're constantly changing direction, someone else quietly follows the same steady trail, one step at a time until they reach the top. Building wealth works the same way. The core idea behind the simple path to wealth is surprisingly straightforward. Instead of trying to predict which company will become the next giant or guessing when the stock market will rise or fall, own a small piece of the entire market. When thousands of businesses grow over time, your wealth grows with them. At first, this sounds too simple to work. That's exactly why many people overlook it. Imagine planting an apple tree. You don't dig it up every week to check if the roots are growing. You water it, protect it, and give it time. Eventually, it produces fruit year after year with very little effort. Investing should feel much more like planting a tree than gambling in a casino. History proves this again and again. Many professional fund managers spend years researching companies, studying charts, and making constant trades. Yet over long periods, a surprising number of them fail to beat the overall market after fees and taxes are taken into account. Meanwhile, patient investors who simply stayed invested in broad market index funds often achieved better results with far less stress. This is exactly why legendary investors like Warren Buffett have repeatedly encouraged ordinary people to keep investing simple. He understands something many people don't. Complexity often creates confidence, but simplicity often creates wealth. Of course, this doesn't mean the journey will always feel comfortable. There will be market crashes. Headlines will predict disaster. Friends may panic and sell everything. Those moments are the real test. The people who succeed aren't the ones who never feel fear. They're the ones who refuse to let fear control their decisions. Every dollar you invest becomes a tiny employee working for you day and night. Unlike you, it never gets tired, never asks for a vacation, and never stops working as long as you leave it alone. The lesson is clear. Stop chasing the perfect investment and start building a consistent system. A simple plan followed for decades will almost always outperform an exciting plan that changes every few months. But here's where things become even more powerful. Once your investments start growing, something incredible begins to happen. Your money starts creating more money on its own. That hidden force has transformed ordinary savers into millionaires, and it's the next secret we'll uncover. Chapter 3. Why your money grows faster than you think. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to get richer even when they stop working harder? It almost feels like they've discovered a secret machine that keeps creating money while they sleep. The surprising truth is that they have, but it isn't magic, and it isn't luck. It's one of the most powerful forces in the financial world. Compound growth. At first, compounding feels almost invisible. You invest a little money, and after a year, the growth seems small. It can even feel disappointing. That's why so many people quit too early. They expect dramatic results in months when real wealth is built over decades. Picture this. Imagine pushing a giant snowball down a snowy hill. In the beginning, it barely moves. It feels heavy, slow, and frustrating. But as it rolls farther, it picks up more snow, becomes larger, and starts moving faster without you pushing any harder. Eventually, the snowball grows so quickly that it becomes almost impossible to stop. Your investments work the same way. In the early years, most of your wealth comes from the money you personally save. But something surprising happens over time. Your investment returns begin earning returns of their own. Then those new returns generate even more returns. Slowly, your money starts doing more of the work than you do. Albert Einstein is often credited with calling compound interest the eighth wonder of the world. Whether or not he actually said those exact words, the idea perfectly captures the incredible power of compounding. It rewards patience far more than brilliance. Now think about two friends. Sarah starts investing at age 25, putting away a small amount every month. David waits until he's 35 because he believes he'll have more money later. David eventually invests more each month than Sarah, yet Sarah often ends up with significantly more wealth by retirement. Why? Because time gave her investments a 10-year head start, and those extra years allowed compounding to work its quiet magic. This is why time is more valuable than timing. Many people waste years trying to predict the perfect moment to invest. They wait for the market to crash, for interest rates to change, or for the economy to look safer. But while they're waiting, compounding isn't waiting for them. The market will always have ups and downs. There will always be scary headlines predicting disaster. Yet history has shown that patient investors who stay invested through those storms have generally been rewarded over the long run. The biggest mistake isn't choosing the wrong day to invest. It's never starting at all. Every month you delay is another month your future wealth loses the chance to grow on itself. Every dollar invested today has more opportunities to multiply than a dollar invested years from now. Once you truly understand this, your mindset changes completely. You stop chasing quick profits and start building lasting freedom. And that leads us to the final and most powerful lesson of all, the freedom formula that ensures your money can support your life instead of your life revolving around money forever. Chapter 4. The freedom formula that makes money last forever. What if the real goal of money isn't to become rich, but to reach a day when you never have to worry about money again? Most people spend their entire lives chasing a bigger paycheck. They believe financial freedom is one promotion away, one successful business away, or one lucky investment away. But here's the hidden truth. Freedom doesn't come from earning endlessly. It comes from needing less than your money can provide. Imagine waking up on a Monday morning and realizing you don't have to work because you need the paycheck. You work because you choose to. You can spend time with your family, travel, start a passion project, or simply enjoy life without constant financial stress. That's what real wealth looks like. This is the ultimate lesson from the simple path to wealth. Money is not the destination. Freedom is. Think about someone running on a treadmill. They keep moving faster and faster, but they never actually get anywhere. Many people live exactly like this. They earn more, spend more, work harder, and repeat the cycle year after year. From the outside, they appear successful. On the inside, they're exhausted. Now picture someone else. They live below their means, invest consistently, avoid unnecessary debt, and allow time to do the heavy lifting. Their progress isn't flashy. Most people won't even notice it. But one day, something incredible happens. Their investments generate enough income to cover their lifestyle. At that moment, they gain something money alone can never buy: control over their time. This idea has changed the lives of countless ordinary people. They weren't financial geniuses. They didn't win the lottery or invent billion-dollar companies. They simply followed a proven system with patience and discipline. The world will constantly tempt you to compare yourself to others. Social media will convince you that success is expensive cars, luxury vacations, and designer clothes. But remember this: many people who look rich are trapped by the very lifestyle they're trying to impress others with. Real wealth is often invisible. It's the emergency fund that helps you sleep peacefully at night. It's the investment account quietly growing year after year. It's having the confidence to walk away from a job that no longer makes you happy. It's knowing your future isn't controlled by your next paycheck. That's why financial freedom is more psychological than mathematical. The greatest investment you can make isn't just in the stock market. It's in developing the patience to trust a simple plan when everyone else is chasing shortcuts. As we reach the end of this journey, one message should stay with you forever. You don't need a perfect income. You don't need perfect timing. And you certainly don't need to predict the future. What you need is a simple system, consistent action, and the courage to stay the course when others lose faith. Years from now, your future self won't thank you for buying one more luxury item. Your future self will thank you for making one simple decision today, to let your money work harder than you ever have to. That's the true path to wealth and the path to a life where you never have to run out of money again.